Hello everybody and welcome back to Coffee Studios. Today I will be going over Act 2 of Season 2 of Arcane. Super excited to jump into it with everybody, but before I do, spoiler alert. Do not tune into this video if you want to watch it and not see spoilers. I will be completely spoiling Act 2 of Season 2, talking about my theories of what could come in Act 3, and all of those different things. So yeah, if that's not interesting to you or you're worried about that, get out of here. The show's great, go watch it, but get out of here. Don't get spoiled, go enjoy it. But if you don't care about that sort of thing, or you've seen the show already and are happy to be here, then welcome back. Let's dive right on into it. Now, unlike usual where I try to walk through a season or an act kind of specifically, I'm going to kind of jump around because I just finished it earlier today, and I'm really scatterbrained on the whole series and, excited in one sense and also, traumatized maybe by that cliffhanger. So I want to talk about specific stuff kind of, out of order and different little things that are standing out in my head right now. So let's just get into that. First up, Aisha, is she dead? Oh my gosh, I'm like, that cliffhanger is crushing. I mean, I loved that kid, and she was one of the best parts of this entire thing, and she was giving Jinx that motivation to stay, sane to an extent. I mean, that's the best way to say it. And seeing her almost sacrifice herself there to stop Warwick and maybe protect him in a way if you could stun him. Oh my goodness, I can't even begin to fathom what happened. And maybe Warwick is dead. I can't imagine that super blast killed him, but I definitely think it killed her. And I gotta wait till Saturday for that? Oh my gosh. I think it's an important moment in Jinx's character arc to have her see that suffering, to do the right thing, to put yourself out there, to try and be this hero that she now thinks she is. People are gonna get hurt. Glory to Zaun and, creating your own nation and these things of, giving independence to all these people. None of that comes without a cost. And the peace between Piltover and Zaun, it has to get worse before it can get better. And that's just an element of it. There's tragedy to all of this. And that's sort of what this whole season has been about, that in order to make something happen, in order to enact change, you have to push back against the world, and the world will push back against you when you do it. Another example of that is what happened with Victor. Is Victor dead? I don't know. It's so interesting, and he talks about, the thing that makes humanity beautiful is also its greatest curse. Our worst tendencies coming forward, and, violence, can beget more violence, but it can also beget people to stand up and resist and protect each other. It's such a powerful moment, and part of me is also like, is Victor really going to end up being a villain? Is he going to kind of turn and become this evil hive mind guy, or is he going to now have been this tragic martyr, and, has Jace lost his mind in the Arcane? I don't even know. I wish I knew what was happening with Jace and them. That being so disconnected is insane to me. I can't even fathom it, to be frank. It's just like, whoa. And obviously, where's Echo and Heimerdinger? I mean, what happened to them? Are they lost in space and time? I hope we get to see them. I mean, it would suck if they kind of just vanish and then only show up for a little bit at the end. That would be nuts. I really want to see them actually show up. Then, of course, we obviously have Vi, who is, literally just become an alcoholic and a mess because she misses Caitlyn, and that whole thing has, fallen to pieces. But seeing them get to reconcile this act was really nice. I was really worried we wouldn't get that moment till the end. That whole moment she has against Ambessa with trust, and Vi talks about, I trust you, or rather, she trusts Caitlyn, and how trust is where it really comes together, and the fact that Caitlyn didn't trust Ambessa led her to partnering with Vi because she didn't like the path everything was going down. And obviously that is then reflected with Ambessa's trust in her soldiers and their trust in her, despite her sort of wicked, twisted ambitions of just domination. It's so interesting to listen to that and to think about how they analyze the series, or how the series can be analyzed that both sides hold a virtue true, like truth and faith and friendship, for example, but they take it and use it for different motivations, whether they be evil, good, or however you interpret them, right? I think that's super cool, and I think that that's something that Arcane does incredibly well, and did incredibly well in Season 1, as on top of that. Ugh, I'm losing my words. I'm getting so excited talking about all this. Now, give me a minute, as I mentioned obviously earlier, to just gush about Warwick. I love all of the Warwick scenes in Act 2. They are sick. Loved every second of him being on screen. It was awesome. I love Vander being Warwick. There's something about it, something about that energy of him being that way, that feels so appropriate. This sort of monster that brings love back together, Beauty and the Beast. But instead of a romance tale, it's a tale about family and, you know, coming together. That beautiful moment where, you know, Vi looks back at Jinx and saying, he's your dad too. After Jinx had already told her that earlier in the episode. That is such a powerful moment about family and love and sticking together no matter what. And hearing Warwick say, get your hands off my daughter. Amazing. Just loved that when he defended Jinx. Just, so good. And now, shout out to the community, you know, talking with you guys on the Act 1 video for Arcane, and now, you know, getting to come back and learning some outside information about the Black Rose and who most likely is manipulating Mel and has pushed Ambessa to want to do these drastic measures on Piltover to sort of, you know, regain standing in the world. It does seem like it will end up being like LeBlanc. It was so funny, I hadn't even considered her being a possibility for the character, and, you know, who was manipulating Ambessa, but talking to people in the comments about, you know, her being connected to Swain and the Black Rose Society, I think that was what it was called, and then, you know, seeing Mel in the chains, I was just like, oh, that makes so much sense, you know, LeBlanc, illusion, chains, you know, and then the red being like something to do with Swain. Oh, it makes so much sense. It's all kind of falling into place, and I'm just like, oh, that's what that has to be. And speaking of, you know, huge reveals then on top of that, you know, or at least reveals being a mystery, are we going to get to see Oriana? I mean, I'm assuming that's who Swain's daughter is going to be, right? It seems like her, the physicality is all there. I mean, I'm a little dumbfounded and surprised, but it makes sense, right? It's got to be her. My biggest worry is that with Echo and Heimerdinger being gone, with Oriana possibly on the edge, with LeBlanc and Swain being in the background manipulating magic and all of those things, I find myself nervous. Very, very nervous that we don't have enough time left to talk about all of this. Now, granted, the final few episodes could be extra long. I don't know. But with the amount of time we have left, I'm really scared they're not going to be able to touch on anything. And they're going to leave some stuff just super open-ended as like world lore, that it's like, oh, you know, next series we'll talk about this. Nah, I want you guys to wrap stuff up, or at the very least give us these cool moments with characters. I really don't want things to just be super vague, you know? And I'm worried we're headed in that direction, but who knows, I could be wrong. They, you know, kind of quelled my fears about the Celestial stuff. They did a really great job in Act 2 handling such a big topic from the lore. So I find myself interested, you know, where could this go? What could happen? I don't really know, but I'm super excited. There's so many more little things I could talk about, you know, like the theories about Oriana. That's got to be her, and, you know, Hextech coming together for Singe's, you know, vision of saving her and saving everybody technically, you know, getting rid of death, right? And then we've got Victor's machine heraldry and Jace, you know, kind of being this arcane survivor as the, you know, leak skin shows, and all these other things. It's so interesting. I'm really, really curious to see where it goes. And with all these different plot threads of relationships and Caitlyn cheating on Vi, I didn't even mention that till now, you know, that whole thing, or I guess not cheating, they were never officially together, but you get what I mean. From an audience perspective, right? And then on top of that, you know, Ambessa's, you know, resistance kind of pushing out against Caitlyn, and, you know, Vi just trying to come to terms with, you know, getting back together with Powder and Vander, and, you know, afraid to lose her family, and Jinx trying to come together with, you know, her mental health and her ability to, you know, be there for people. So much going on, and in such interesting ways. I can't wait for Act 3. I'm super excited, and if they stick this landing, it's easily, in my opinion, the best thing Netflix has ever made, and one of the best animated series, if not the best animated series ever. So yeah, huge love for this Act 2. Super excited this weekend to see where Act 3 goes. And yeah, let me know in the comments what you think of Arcane Act 2. I've seen a lot of positivity online, so, you know, just big thumbs up. Super excited to talk to everyone again in the comments. So please let me know what you think, and please like and share the video and subscribe. Interacting with the video really helps the channel grow. I'd love to have more and more of you in the comments so everybody can talk together and have fun discussions. I know YouTube comments could be kind of like a devastating place, but since this is a small channel, it's cool that we can foster interesting discussion. So yeah, please do that. Please interact. I'll try to answer every comment. And yeah, I'll catch you guys in the next Arcane video. So much love, everyone. Super excited, and catch you all on the flip side. Peace and love, everybody. See ya. Your mind upon a time that you miss, and just think about the steel in your fist. It's just